Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nerf Elite 2.0 Lock and Load Pack. This blaster came out in 2023 as part of the Nerf Elite 2.0 line, and I purchased this blaster at Walmart for $20 USD. Though weirdly enough, I'm looking up this blaster to see who else is selling this and their pricings. I came across the Walmart listing, and it says it retails for $49.95 USD. Now, if I remember correctly, when I purchased this blaster a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't remember seeing a discount label on the shelf. And when I went to scan it, I didn't see any discounts either. And even checked my receipt right now and it says no discounts. It says $20, and that's it. I don't know. Maybe they listed it for the wrong price and were thinking about selling it. Who knows? Now, other stores are selling this blaster right now, but they're more like smaller online stores. Not really any of the major ones except for Walmart are selling it. There's a listing on Amazon right now, but after some further investigation, it appears that it's only being sold through Amazon, not being sold by or even shipped from Amazon's warehouses. It's just being sold through Amazon. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the blaster a little bit. The blaster pack comes with 50 Nerf Elite darts and claims it has 12 different combinations from all of its included attachments. These attachments include a removable stock, a removable scope, a removable barrel, and a removable foregrip. The blaster also includes a 6-dart internal magazine, and the blaster's recommended age is ages 8+. But anyway, with that all the way, let's get this blaster out of the box and see what's inside. Alright, so here we have the lock and load out of the box. Let's start off with our instructions. This is a very simple set of instructions here. So how to load the blaster, how to attach your accessories. Very simple instructions. We have our Nerf Elite darts, and we have 50 of these, so that's pretty cool. We have our scope here. It's a very simple scope, a very simple crosshair. Not much to say about that. We have a barrel extension here. This one is also included with the Nerf Modulus Recon Mark III. We have our stock here. This one's also included with the Recon Mark III and has magazine storage, which is a little bit weird considering this blaster doesn't take magazines. It has a internal magazine. And lastly, we have our foregrip. This is a barrel extension foregrip, attaches to the blaster on this side, and then you can attach any barrel extension you want on the other side. It includes 2 rails, one on top and one on the side. And of course, you have our grip part here, a suspicious fake button on it. And now onto the blaster itself. So here we have the lock and load. The lock and load has 4 accessory rails, 2 on the bottom, 1 underneath the grip, and the other one underneath the internal magazine. It also includes 2 on the side here. It has a stock attachment point and barrel attachment point, and is a pretty simple top prime blaster. Can load darts in the top here, like so. And pull back the fire. Pretty interesting blaster, but started to notice some interesting things about this blaster that I didn't notice before. That is the fact that none of the accessories or the blaster are new. These are all just recolors of previous products, specifically products that we've seen in the Nerf Modulus line and its sub-line, the Ghost Ops line. Now these two we've seen on the channel before. As I said, these were included with the Recon Mark III and then some other ones. And they do have names apparently, according to the unofficial Nerf Wiki. This is the proximity barrel, and this is the storage stock. The scope here is called the targeting scope, the Modulus targeting scope, because it was one that predates that wasn't part of the Modulus line, so there's that. And my suspicions that this had some form of electronics in it are in fact true. This was from the Ghost Ops sub-line of Modulus, and it was called the Flashlight Foregrip, I think it's called. It had a flashlight right here, and then the batteries were installed on the side here. So they just stripped the electronics out of and made it just standard barrel extension foregrip. But that wasn't the only thing in this pack that they stripped the electronics out of. The blaster used to have electronics as well, because this is a repackage of the Shadow ICS-6, which was also from the Ghost Ops line. It was a clear blaster and had some, I think, fiber optics and some LEDs in it. I think it had fiber optics. I'm not even too sure. Had some lights in it. Also a little bit sad that nothing here is original, but it's also kind of cool that we can see some of the more historic blasters being reused. I mean, the Montrose line did this several times with the Strife, the Demolisher, and I even think the Long Strike. They repackaged, I think, a couple other ones as well. So, yeah. Let's just assemble it. I haven't assembled it yet, so we're just going to assemble it the way Hasbro shows it being assembled, because I just haven't assembled it. There we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool assembly here. We'll say this part here is a little loose, because this button, the locking button here, doesn't seem to be on very well. But also, the blaster does not have slam fire. For those who are wondering, it does not have slam fire. Yeah, but with that all being said, let's take this blaster out on the range and see how it fares. And just like that, it's broken. I don't know what happened. Off camera, fired a couple more shots, and all of a sudden, it just broke. I don't know what even happened. To put into context what should be going on, when you prime the blaster, this shows up, the barrel basically shows up. And when you push, when the slide goes forward, it should stay there, allowing it to fire, which we can kind of demonstrate what's happening here. So if I hold down the barrel here, prime the blaster, it will fire. But priming it without the barrel being held down gets it stuck. So I don't know what happened. This thing only fired 9 shots before it just went and stopped working. I don't know what happened. So in order to get some content made for this video, we're going to be dissecting it to see if something broke or something's loose or something. We'll have to see. Okay, so here we have the Spectre opened up, and I dropped a screw in here, but that should be fine. Our magazine, spring, and we have our screws here. Yeah, we can see here kind of how this blaster works. My only question is, how does the locking mechanism work? Gosh, this thing is so covered in junk, it's not even funny. So much lubricant in here. So that moves back with it. Let's see what happens if I prime it and try to take it apart. Watch out for, oh, okay, well the blaster just destroyed itself. Oh, it just lost that too. Take the main spring out. No, I can't take the main spring out. So this goes back, ratchets back, and it's supposed to hold. So this right here, this ratchet system, I think is what's failing, because this is supposed to release and let the barrel go forward. So whatever's going on with something's going on with the ratchet system. Now, I'm looking in here for any broken pieces, but I don't think there's broken pieces. Just a crap ton of lubricant in here. This blaster's pretty gross, I will admit. Probably the grossest blaster I've dissected ever. Okay, so something clicked and the ratchet thing is back in place. I do apologize for the really crummy camera angle. Just kind of want to diagnose this thing real quick. This is going to be annoying to get placed back in here. But, oh, you know what? Just keep that out. Keep that out till we can see. We can at least button this thing up a little bit. Just to see. I want to see what is not lining up. Now, if this thing has a knack for doing this, I should probably look into seeing what kind of issues this thing might have had. This is annoying. That's not actually lining up properly. Okay, I don't really care about the barrel. Okay, whatever the problem is, it's been solved. I have no idea. We will have to see if this thing will last through the entire, for the rest of the review. If we can even get the magazine back in, the magazine spring back in. I don't know what I fixed. Diagnosed it, it's gonna see, and we're just gonna see what happens. You know, this is a very messy part of the video, so I don't know what to expect from all this. I don't know what's going to happen. It works now. No idea what I did. I think I guess I realigned something correctly and it just functions again. We'll see how it fares during the test, see if there's any issues, and if there is, definitely going to be mentioning those. Just a quick little teardown of that. Anyway, that will be it. Let's move on to our tests and see how it fares. Alright, so here we are down on the range. We're going to start off with our distance test, and as usual, for context, the chicken marks 25 feet, the swan marks 35 feet, the frog marks 40 feet, and the far back wall marks 50 feet from where I'm standing. We have here the lock and load, and we're going to be firing 12 shots of each dart, 6 with the barrel and 6 without. The barrel in question is going to be the whole barrel unit, just because from other tests I've done with blasters using the proximity barrel, there isn't much of a difference. So we'll just say this is the barrel for this test. Starting off, we're going to be firing Nerf Elite. And we're going to start with the barrel. Seem to be landing before 35, beyond 25 into the kind of 30s range. So let's see how it fares without the barrel. It did seem like it had a little bit of an improvement. I did see a couple of them actually go to the 35-foot mark and a little bit beyond. So maybe there is a little bit of improvement there, but we'll see with the other darts. So next we have Adventure Force. Gonna start off with the barrel. Let's see how this fares. That wasn't great. That was pretty bad. I think only one of them made it to the 25-foot mark. Hopefully that's just the barrel, because if it's not, that's a little bit sad. It just means dart compatibility is poor on this blaster. So we'll see what it is without the barrel. Not that much more of an improvement. Okay, that's a little bit sad that dart compatibility isn't really there. But that being said, let's see how dart zone fares. Hopefully it works. We had a jam. Okay, I think the barrel is jamming the blaster. Let me see. So this shot is going to be without the barrel. Okay, so dart zone will not work with the included barrel, so we're just going to skip that and just fire without the barrel. Okay, so dart zones seem to be going to the 30-foot mark, but that's without the barrel, because with the barrel, as I stated before, the blaster does not work. It misfires all the time with the barrel, so there is that to keep in mind if you're using dart zone in your lock and load. So, feels like this blaster's strong suit is going to be Nerf. Not much of a surprise here. It does have a different dart head shape as it kind of tapers rather than being smooth walled or whatever you want to call it. So with that all being said, let's move on to our accuracy test. All right, here we are at the accuracy test. As you can see, we have our targets set up over there. Probably with Dart Zone and Adventure Force, we're just going to do non-barrel tests with those because they don't seem to like the barrel too much. And we're going to be starting off with Nerf Elite. And by the way, that is your sight picture. You technically have two on this blaster because you also have sights on the slide here, and you do have a front sight up front as well. You actually have two front sights. That doesn't make anything. Oh, we got a dart stuck in the barrel. That's not at all what I'm aiming at, but okay. Didn't really knock anything down. I think we nicked something. Ignore all the fallen targets. That's just the wind. It's kind of breezy today, not super windy. We just had some rain over here, so that's probably what's going on. So, okay, no barrel. Oh, we're already out. 6 shots doesn't last that long. So we're gonna move on to Adventure Force. We're doing Adventure Force and Dart Zone without the barrel only. Do we have it? It broke again. Well, that ends the tests for me. I have all the data I need to form an opinion on this blaster. We're gonna go back inside and we're gonna give out my final thoughts. All right, so here we are back at the table. Let's talk about the lock and load. As we saw in that last segment, the lock and load is broken. Once again, this little barrel thing should be forward when it's fully primed, but it's not. Now, from what I gathered from that little teardown section of this video, I don't think anything is physically damaged, if that makes any sense. Nothing's cracked, nothing has fractured, nothing's stressed, nothing's bent on the inside of this thing. Just something is just becoming misaligned. And I'm not too sure if this is only with my lock and load. I don't know if this is a common problem with other lock and loads or the Shadow, which is what this is. If it is, and somebody watching this video owns one, let me know. I'd like to know if it's a common problem. Then this is definitely one of the reasons I am not recommending the lock and load. Another issue I have with this blaster is its dart compatibility. This blaster doesn't really seem to like Adventure Force or Dart Zone too much. It seems like it only likes to use Nerf Elite, which is to be expected, but I always feel that the value of a blaster is increased if it can use other brands of darts. And I know the pool of dart brands I have is really small because there's probably hundreds of brands out there, but those are the ones that I have readily available. Even if I did have them, I couldn't really try them out because it's broken. And the last major reason I cannot recommend picking up this blaster is due to its price. Specifically, its Walmart retail price of around $50. To me, that's way too much money for something like this. None of its accessories are really anything great, and its 50 darts that it comes with is also not really worth it either. And speaking of accessories, the included accessories in here are a little bit disappointing. They're pretty much all from the same line, which is the Modulus line. The blaster and the foregrip are from the Ghost Ops subline of the Modulus line. Kind of just underwhelming in a way, you know. You have a very simple proximity barrel, the targeting scope, and the magazine storage stock, which this doesn't make any sense to include with a blaster that doesn't use a magazine. I would have preferred a dart storage magazine over this. Just doesn't make any sense. And then probably the most disappointing accessory is the foregrip here. This, of course, used to be a flashlight foregrip that they stripped the electronics out of and kind of jankily fitted a bunch of panels and caps into it to make it not a flashlight anymore, yet they kept the button for some reason. This is just a really disappointing part. Another issue I have with this accessory is its retaining little button here isn't actually that tight, so it's kind of loose on the blaster, and it kind of can be, you know, shaken loose pretty easily, which is quite disappointing. And so those are just some of the reasons I can't recommend the lock and load. So that'll be the end of this review. Comment your thoughts about the lock and load down below. Do you own one, or do you own the Shadow? And what are your thoughts on it? Be sure to check out my review on the Nerf Elite 2.0 Storm Charge. It's a motorized flywheel blaster from the Wild Edition line. Also, be sure to check out my other reviews. I'll have both those linked at the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.